Hey heroes, I thought I'd begin this series of 3 videos with 3 philosophies and strategies that help me overcome very difficult times. As you can see, the Las Vegas Strip behind me, this is not the first time Las Vegas has undergone a tragedy. Right now, however, this one affects everyone in every city in America. So the first one, I want to begin with a story and a strategy for when you can do nothing else, how you can regain some sort of sense of control, right? What was it Viktor Frankl wrote? I brought the book Man's Search for Meaning, and he wrote, when we can no longer change our circumstances, we are challenged to change ourselves. And he gave us great ideas and new names, things like the existential vacuum, that vacuum of existence when we no longer have our job, our career, or the usual people in our network that we used to see every day defining who we are, right? Making us feel who we were and reinforcing that position we had in society, in family, in our business, with our clients and customers. He also gave us paradoxical intention, a great strategy for reversing the way we look at things so that we're able to see the value, the positive in it, and not just dwell on the fact that our freedoms are being reduced, our options are being reduced, our world is being reduced. So to see these things as different. Now, I just read the book in about the year 1999, maybe 2000, when I got a call from a friend saying, "Can you please help my husband?" The husband, a medical doctor, they just had a baby, this couple, but apparently he had devolved into some tough cycles on a Friday night. In fact, part of it included a motorcycle, no pun intended. And she said, can you talk to him? Can you coach him? And I said, well, have him swing by the house, and if he will, sure, be glad to talk to him. Well, he did, but when I saw him, when he pulled up on one of the baddest to the bones Harley I've ever seen, but his eyes were no longer bright and full of life and intriguing and, like the Sherlock Holmes doctor, where they're interested in solving a problem. They were just black as that of literally like of a wild dog. I'm serious. And so I'm trying, what took away this light and hence devolved into this Friday night ritual of uncontrollable gambling and then drugs and then escalating to where he's about to lose his practice, lose his family and his baby girl, his little 1-year-old. And so I talked to him for about an hour, just with whatever I thought I knew at the time, and I didn't know much. It's like that song with Aaron Neville, I don't know much. I didn't know much. So the hour was finished. He was about to leave out the door, and as he's walking through the door, he's grateful, but there's no sense of gratitude, and I didn't get through to him one iota. And then I said, wait, do me a favor. And he was getting on his bike, and I said, do me a favor. My little road here is 25 miles an hour, private road, large ranch-type homes. And when you get to that stop sign, when you're within 200 feet of that stop sign, do me a favor. Go only 25 miles per hour out my road, and 200 feet before that stop sign, put on your blinker. And of course, on a motorcycle, you know what a blinker is like. And then when you pull out onto the main road, go 35. It's a 35 mile per hour zone. Go exactly 35, not a mile per hour more. And when you're about to take that left, which I knew he would, then make sure you pull from the far left lane and turn into the far left lane. Just do me a favor, on your entire drive home, follow every law of the land to the letter, to the number. Well, I gave him that. He looked like that was the stupidest advice, stupidest information he'd ever received. And he took off. 45 minutes later, I got a call from him. And the call was no longer this dark, dull, disconnected, no life in him person. This was a buoyant, excited, almost juvenile, to where he felt like he'd got some control back. In fact, he began by saying, I thought it was the stupidest thing I'd ever heard, and I thought you were a dummy. And then, but I did it. And now I've got some control back. And now I see what I was doing. Anyway, that was the coaching call and one piece of advice. And so I'm going to just share this as our first video before we jump into the deeper water in the next 2 videos. If you feel like you don't have control of circumstances which are beyond your control, Viktor Frankl wrote, he said, man's only true freedom is to choose our attitude even in circumstances we can do nothing about. So I'm going to give you this. your one true freedom and the way in which to regain some of your control of your world, of your life, is to follow every single rule that comes to you to the letter. Now, rules for me when it comes to, say, diet and exercise might not be the same rules for you. You'll know what your rules are. We obviously know, but based on the state or the city or the country you're in, there'll be certain rules for surviving this pandemic, right? And so whatever the rules are for you, follow them exactly to the letter and make a game of it. Do it to where, to where every little thing matters, and send me a message. Post a message below if you did it, and if after some period of time you started to regain some control. So I'll start with this tip, and then we'll move on to our next 2 videos in a little bit. All right? So again, get some control back in your world. Get some control of that guy. That is the loudest motorcycle, since we're talking Harleys. That is the loudest sound system on a motorcycle I've ever heard. But he did stop at the light, and he did turn right into the right lane. So anyway, again, Tiger Todd, Hero School founder, just trying to help you guys regain some control in a world that seems to have lost control. So let's get some of that back. Follow every rule to the letter, make a game of it, post below, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye.